Welcome to this marketing board webinar, where we will actually be discussing two different topics: client case story in 5 minutes using AI tools. I would like to show you how you can use several AI tools to speed up the process of writing client case studies for marketing purposes or even any other texts. And I'm sure many of you have tried out. I have tried out several AI tools already, and I will just show you the process that I found for myself very effective when I want to write text that I have some idea about and some content, and I just want to quickly create a good written and also correctly written text. And then the second part is the marketing checklist. This is a thing we developed already in last year in the marketing hubs and in the marketing board. And this is actually a checklist that should help everybody who wants to create a short marketing campaign that is focused on something to adjust the thoughts and resources. And I will basically just go through this checklist, which I think should be or can be a tool for us at EcoVis International, also to share our marketing experience, our marketing know-how, and which we can grow together. So actually, since these two topics do not relate to each other, I will just go through the first part, write client case story with AI tools, and then we go into a question and answering part of this one. And after that, I will go through the second part, marketing checklist, getting marketing done. And after that, we will have your questions and thoughts on this after this part. So client case studies, client cases. What am I talking about? What is it about? What for is it about? Client case studies. Client cases are actually tools, marketing tools that we would like to use to create content for our new EcoVis International website. And here on this slide, you can see that we have identified in the business development and in the marketing board in the work of the last 2 years, actually 7 distinct target groups, client groups that are important for the international business of EcoVis International. And that's why we are focusing on showcasing these international client groups on the homepage of EcoVis International. And these are tech, fintech, and startups and digital-driven service providers and classical industries like manufacturing, service, trading, agriculture, and so on. These are client groups that we thought in terms of their industry. And then we have regional client groups like doing business in Asia or Asia outbound investments, US companies expanding abroad, doing business in Latin America. And we will also add a section for clients going from and to the EMEA region. We will add this later on. So actually, we are having these sections on our website, and I will just show you live where you can find this. So here there on the EcoVis.com global website, there's this client section. And for search engine optimization purposes and for business development purposes, of course, we would like to enhance and grow the content we have within these different client groups. And that's why it is from standpoint of the marketing board important that we grow, of course, newsletter articles related to these target groups, but also client cases. So these client cases can be actually found here on the website in the News and Insights section, case studies. And this is where we have collected in the last 8 or 10 years, I think already. There are quite a few client case studies already there. But since we are actually diversifying how we talk about our clients, we make the homepage client-centric. It's not so much about ourselves as lawyers, accountants, auditors, and consultants, and so on, but more about the international clients. That's why it is important that we create content related to these clients. And so actually looking into a client case story, what is it? It is a story that identifies the client and creates really a short text, 5 to 12 sentences about the client case and how we help the client to come over certain problems or achieve certain goals. We go into detail of this later. And actually for many marketing purposes, especially also if you go into proposals, it is really important to actually describe in a descriptive way what our work is, with what kind of problems we are helping our clients in what ways. So looking at the structure and the content of a client case, and this slide actually is also meant for helping you if you want to write a client case. I mean, I have been sending around several emails already this year asking for client case studies from MkB international partners. But we actually would like to have much more than we already gained. And that's why we thought it is important and helpful to explain a bit more how we would like to have these client cases and how you easily can write them. So I come in a moment to the part where I show you which AI tools to use, but of course you have to start. You cannot make the client cases out of thin air using the AI tools. You have to first, tackle the content. And my thinking actually is, if you are thinking about clients, in this case here, international clients, we would like to have for the international website, but you can also do this, of course, for your local clients. Then my idea would be it should be relatively easy for you if you think about a client case you have worked on to answer these questions in this structure. This is actually also the structure we showcase in the client cases on the homepage. So first section, background, is what the industry and the business type the client is in. It's always interesting to know and to understand what the client actually does. It makes it more colorful and also more interesting to read, and not only to read about the accounting or legal or taxational issues of the client, but also to understand what kind of business they run. Client information, general, the question, what should be known about the client to understand the client case or to make it more colorful. And also client identity, we have actually the option, and we have two possibilities already online. Will the client be named or will he remain anonymous? We can work with both kind of client cases for marketing purposes. Second part is the issue, the problem, the client situation the client is in and where they need assistance, what specific problems they are facing, and what are the goals or chances of success the clients are also facing, but need help achieving. And this is actually understanding the backstory of where our expertise and knowledge comes in how we help the client to overcome the things and to reach their goals. And this is the next section, obviously, solution, what assistance provided the EcoVis office or several EcoVis offices, if you talk about international cases, and what actions were taken and what did we specifically do and how did we do it to help the client. And to sum it all up, what is the current situation, the benefits realized, and the improvements that were gained out of that the client gained actually out of the work with us. So this is the structure and the content of a client case. And my understanding is that it should be relatively easy for anyone working for clients to actually answer these questions, and then you have the content, the raw content to start with. And I would also like to show you, if you did not know it already, you have in Microsoft Word, you have the function to dictate text. And then you can see you don't even have to write the content that you are working with the other AI tools like ChatGPT or DeepL or whatever you are writing with. And sometimes, of course, it is not quite right. Like ChatGPT is obviously not known by Word at the moment, funnily enough. But as you can see, this is actually how I think if you don't want to type, if it's easier for you, then you can just use the dictate function of Word to have the basis of your text. And the basis should be the answering of these questions in the structure we have here in the client case. And I have prepared an example here, and we just go through this in the real tools now. Just a second. I just have to find the right document here. Yeah, all right. So this is what I have prepared. So this is actually just some bullet points about a client case study I would like to have a text on that we can put on our homepage. And this is actually the starting point for using in the next step ChatGPT. So first step is taken. You have created a content and a structure for the case and answering the questions on the previous slide. And then we go into text generation with ChatGPT. And for this, we make two things, actually three things. So I am using ChatGPT 4.0, 4.0 here, but you could also do this with 4. And yeah, this is just the different versions, and you can try out which one puts out the better text for you. And what is important, I have created a text file where I have put 2 examples from the EcoVis case studies in there for ChatGPT to know what's the kind of text should look like we would like to create. Then I put in my bullet points that I have typed quickly or recorded with the record function. And then, oh, that was too fast. And then I have to use the prompt. Actually, I've put in the prompt here on the slides. So ChatGPT, based on the attached file and the text that is put in, please create client story that we can use and also create a headline. This is always something I found relatively difficult to create a good headline that is catchy and good for marketing purposes. And yeah, I experienced that ChatGPT is really good at creating headlines. And then we can see, so the input is our bullet points here that we have dictated, and then we get out a text that, yeah, looks like a good starting point. Then I would like to, it's always good using ChatGPT. You probably notice if you say, you want to change things, please change the style to more sentences and less bullet points. And then we have the client. The client is a German producer of high quality tracking gear and a promising newcomer in the outdoor equipment industry. They have successfully established an international presence by selling their products online, attracting a broad customer base from various countries. Issues faced. Despite their initial success, the client encountered significant challenges. Firstly, they faced production limitations due to workforce shortages in Germany, and so on and so on. And let me see, do we have a headline? No, he missed a headline. In the second try, please create a headline for this case. So the headline would be seamless international expansion for German tracking gear producer with EcoVest comprehensive support. Yeah, that sounds marketing like good enough for me. And but this is actually for me not the final version I would like to use because yeah, ChatGPT sometimes is a bit over the top for me. So for the next step 3, I'm always using deepl.com, the right version, to further edit the text that was created with my content and ChatGPT. And for DeepL Write, so you can use this tool as a translator, but also just to edit texts. It's also really good if you're writing just English text, and if English is not your native language, then you can use DeepL to correct actually your wording and your pronunciation and so on. And in the free version, we can put in here up to 2,000 characters. And I have to copy the output of ChatGPT. And we are actually seeing, okay, our client case has more than 2,000 characters. And if I do not want to use the professional version, which costs like 15 euros a month or so, I just divide the text that it is below 2,000 characters and do the editing of the text in 2 steps. And with DeepL Write, you can also use different styles, but I actually like the presets style pretty good, and it also highlights what has been changed in the text, so you can see quite quickly and easily, okay, that is what DeepL changed in the text, and you can read it through here, and if you like it, you can just copy and paste it here again. And then you have your draft text of the client case, where you have put in the first step your bullet points, then you created text with ChatGPT, and then you edited it. And then, of course, the next step would be to make your final check of the content to see if the changes the tools have made, fit with the content of the case itself and how you like to have it written. And then what you can do as a next step, of course, is to create a LinkedIn post again with ChatGPT. So you can put the text back, or you can just use the text you had already in there. But I'm just using here the text created by or edited by DeepL, and then I just say create a short LinkedIn post of this client case. And then, yeah, probably some of you have already tried this out. And I just realized in the first instance, it's not too long. Please bit shorter and with emojis. And the good thing, it already makes some suggestions for hashtags you're using. Yeah. And then you also have the LinkedIn post. And yeah, this is actually it. So short story long, so to say. This is my approach. How I think you can really work good with these AI tools for creating texts. So my experience is you really need about 50 to 60 to 70% of the text content already there. And then you can use ChatGPT to work on what you have put in there as your content, as the facts. I mean, so we are using here ChatGPT like a journalist. Yeah, you have to tell the journalists all the facts about your story, and they are writing the text. And yeah, I hope that is interesting for you and intriguing. I mean, it's quite obvious, but this is the way I have learned to really like to write texts with ChatGPT. And I would really like to encourage you to write some or to try to work it out with declined case studies. We really need for ECOWAS International for international client cases, and I'm absolutely happy to get your feedback on this. And with that, we have finished. I finished the presentation on the first part of this webinar here, and I would like to give you a chance to ask questions on this or to add your own experiences. And are there other things that you have experienced as helpful when using ChatGPT for your marketing texts, or anything else you would like to add? So best thing is probably you just raise your hand with the function here, and then you can ask. And any one question or something to add? Nothing. Okay. So if there's no questions and no additions here, then Aslan, yeah.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Who do we send this to if we create a case study?
You can send directly to me, to myself.
To you, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And I think there is a question in the chat room.
Let me. I can just see it. Chat. There it is. All right. So Kelly added. Is it considered risky to include client names or our company name when using ChatGPT? So since we are talking about content we want to publish anyway on our website, of course, there's no risk in using our company name or client names when the client has already, of course, agreed to be published online. I mean, there are some clients that are very happy to be published online because they see it as part of their PR. And also they get usually a backlink to their homepage from ecobus.com with the client case. So so this is of course something that needs to be clarified before you are putting the client's name in ChatGPT or whatever, but with anonymous text, that's no problem. Nicodem, you have something to add?
Yep. I would like to thank you all for very interesting webinar, but of course, and I have to confirm that client case study is something what can really drag or interest our clients. So from my perspective, really interesting. But I've got one question. Have you had a chance to use some other chats than GPT, for example, Google Gemini or something else? And can you compare them in this as a tools in this topic?
I was actually quite lazy in what I have used myself. I've only used the several iterations of ChatGPT and found them all quite useful. My understanding is from what news I get about the other tools in what I have showcased here. All the other bigger large language models should be able to do it in a similar way. But I haven't tried it out for myself and compared it. I mean, what you need to have is you need to have a functionality to upload a text file where you can say, okay, this is the basis. But of course, you could also do this in the prompt itself if the prompt is long enough. My personal feeling would be there shouldn't be too much difference actually, but I don't know. Is there anyone who has tried out Claude or Gemini for professional work already? Or Nicodem, have you tried this out?
Yes,
or?
I have tried Gemini, and from my perspective, in some parts of its activity, it could be even more attractive than GPT. So
okay.
I would convince you to use different items in this topic.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's so much progression, there's so much development, and it makes absolutely sense to try these different tools out and see what fits your own preferences and also how they develop. I totally agree. And thanks for hinting for Gemini. Yeah, I will try it out. All right. So if there's no other questions for this part, I will continue with the second part, which is a totally different thing. And it is about the marketing checklist. And I will send this marketing checklist to you tomorrow, at least for those of you who have registered officially, and I have your email. And of course, we will put this checklist also in the intranet for everyone. So the purpose of this marketing checklist is actually also to help those offices who do not have marketing professional support in their offices to get a structured approach to do their marketing, and also to add in kind of best practice steps and also link to the ecobus intranet where we have some marketing resources. So this is where the idea comes from, this marketing checklist, and it's only 4 or 4.5 pages. And I'm absolutely happy if everyone who wants to comment on this, who has questions or additions or ideas, to send this to me, because I would like to use this marketing checklist as a kind of knowledge base for us that are doing marketing or developing marketing at Equus International or at the partner firms, that we use this to grow our knowledge and share experience. And what I am doing now is just, I will just go through, I read a checklist to you, you know, as a one-time service. From tomorrow on, you have to read it yourself if you want to. But just to give you an understanding what the content is. And the idea is, if I'm a partner, I do not have a marketing professional in my firm. What should I think about when I have the need to develop my marketing further? And first thing is, of course, to think about what is the support, the marketing of in my firm that I have, and to think about how I generally organize my marketing. Who is responsible on partner level for marketing? Everyone or no one, or specific persons? And also to consider, who is supporting the marketing? Do we want to have business development and marketing professionals in our firm? Or do we define processes that our administrative people are doing to support marketing work, or what external service providers do we use, or ChatGPT or other AI tools, or whatever marketing tools we are using? So that's very basic, but that's, I think, the first starting point to start with when actually doing marketing. Second point is personal support from Equus International for your marketing. You have support for search engine optimization, for your Equus web presence through Felix, and all homepage related questions can go to web@equus.com. If you want to create a marketing plan, you can also ask me. This relates to the third point here on a checklist. And actually these blue things are all links then to the internet. You can look up where your regional marketing people are that are in the marketing hubs. We have 3 regional marketing hubs for the Asia Pacific region, for the Americas region, for the EMEA region. And of course, we have Rosario Di Maggio, head of business development, who might be also an important person for you to contact if you want to develop your marketing on an Equus International level. Third point, you might want to create a marketing strategy and an annual marketing plan. And we had already 2 years ago a webinar on this, and you can find the recording in the intranet linked here, where we really go more into detail how create a marketing strategy in terms of what target groups are important for our firm, what is the value proposition for each target group we have, and how we position our firm as a whole. And again, if you would like to work with these tools, we have linked here, there's a marketing strategy checklist, which again is another checklist than this checklist, which we have developed, that you can use to develop your marketing strategy. And also in the intranet, let me show this just here, in the section working together and workshops and webinars, there is a section where we have all the webinars from the last years sorted together, but we have also the marketing workshops and marketing webinars. And as you can see, this have been quite a lot already. We even had HR marketing topics already, strategy and planning, and so on. So that's quite a lot. We had several best practices session. So these are really good resources. And if you want to develop something, maybe this could be interesting for you, and that's why it is on the checklist that you can refer to it and find it. Actually, just to let you know, since you might have the impression that the overview of these webinars and recordings in the intranet is not the best, then you are absolutely right. We are actually working with Katie, our people coordinator, that we will use in the future, probably beginning of next year, a better online tool and an online platform for all the webinars we are doing. And this will be helping not only conducting the webinars, but also sorting all the contents we have. And we will create with all webinars in the future and the webinars that are already there. But so far, the things are in the intranet. And if you're looking for specific information or topics, then you can also ask me anytime. Yeah, next steps on the marketing checklist, always set clear goals. So if you are out for a campaign, a marketing activity or ongoing marketing processes, activities you want to do on a continuous basis, it's always important to determine what you want to achieve with your marketing efforts, and there are basic differences between creating visibility or creating personal connections or creating new clients or business with new clients or creating new business with existing clients. So this should be really determined before you start thinking about tools you're using and what you're doing, what from a business perspective you would like to achieve. And a rule of thumb in our businesses is that, of course, it makes a lot of sense that most of the marketing effort is focused on existing clients, and only a smaller part to reach out to acquire new contacts. Yeah, so defining your target audience. This means identify specific types of businesses and individuals you want to reach with your marketing activities, and these are the people that benefit from your services. I mean, you could also turn this to, if you're looking for people you want to recruit as staff in your company, this could be the same. Yeah, but since we are having here the perspective of Ecovis International, I have also linked again here the link to our Ecovis International, the multinational, the international client groups we have identified. Yeah, build a strong online presence around your target audience. Yeah, quite basic, very basic, but here again, I really highly recommend you to contact Felix Greb, our search engine optimization support for Ecovis International, who really helps you with gaining traction on the search engines. And also here you find the link to the Ecovis International web guidelines. These are, if you are not only using a web presentation on ecovis.com/country, whatever your country is, but you say, no, we also have a local website like in Italy, Julia, and there you find the Ecovis International web guidelines that help your web creators to follow the corporate design standards for websites from Ecovis International. Yeah, content marketing. Content is again very important these days. We talked about content in terms of client case studies, but the other standard tools we are using in Ecovis International are, of course, our newsletters, America's newsletter, international newsletter, Asia Pacific newsletter, and there is the EcoVis International text guide. So every partner firm has their online on ecovis.com the text guide. And just to remind you also that these text guides need to be updated every year. These are just the basics for the baseline of content production things that we are using on EcoVis International level. Of course, you can also create blogs and whatever, any other content. And the next level, of course, is if you create content for website, then to also post these things on social media. Very basic. We have in the internet webinars on this topic. We have the EcoVis International social media standards that help you have some basic templates of graphics you can make. We have Kathy from the London office who posts your content for the EMEA region in the EcoVis group, LinkedIn group, EcoVis EMEA. And for general EcoVis International content on LinkedIn, we have Annika Knob as contact. So if you are having something on LinkedIn or you want to share something on LinkedIn that should be also shared by EcoVis EMEA group or EcoVis International company profile, then you can contact Kathy or Annika, or of course you just hashtag EcoVis International or EcoVis EMEA. We have also linked here the 4 different LinkedIn groups we have for EcoVis International. So the EcoVis International and then Asia Pacific, Americas, and EMEA region. Yeah, client testimonials, references, and case studies. We talked about this today. This is more, point 10 is more business development proposals for multinational clients. We have the standards here in the intranet. Just to make it round, we will be updating this year all the PowerPoint slides that are there for the proposals. And we also have some new digital brochures that are already there for the Americas and Asia Pacific region. But we will also this year produce digital brochures, presentations for EcoVis Global and EcoVis EMEA region. So not to forget this. And then last but not least, okay, point 11 is maybe something that we can grow together or collect ideas. This is just the basic things when thinking about marketing, email marketing, network marketing, referral programs, partnerships and collaborations, workshops and webinars. And yeah, and then again, after doing a lot of marketing, it is also important to track and analyze what you're doing, and again, differentiating between visibility, personal connections that are grown, and creating new clients and new business with existing or new clients, and last but not least, having a budget. So this is actually the very, very basic marketing checklist. And I really would like to grow this thing, to add there the things that you are doing or that you think that should be on there. So if you have any feedback on this checklist, then you can always send me an email or just add what you have to add here. What do you think of this checklist? Do you think this can be helpful for, I'm really thinking in the first place of all the partners that do not have professional marketing support in their firms. Do you see topics, can you think of topics that are missing there? Or what else do you think about this checklist? Is it somewhat helpful, or is it all things you already knew and you could have written it yourself? or can you think of situations where this kind of checklist resource is helpful for you? Julia nods that's very nice. All right.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, very nice.
Can the same content, for example, an article, be used or posted both on the office website, for example, our website, personal website, and on Ecovis International, or not?
As far as I know, this is a bit tricky in regards of search engine optimization. So if you use the exact same text, then Google degrades the valuability of this text, and it's I don't know by what factor, but this is what you have to consider. I can imagine if it is in a different language, then it's probably not so much problematic. But if you have the same content, you want to publish like the same article, the same topics, then it's advisable to write it a bit differently, or ask Gemini or ChatGPT to write the text a bit differently, also in the headlines. Maybe you post a different version of this. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can use, for example, ChatGPT for review the text of the same topic.
Yeah. And write it
Okay.
in a different style or add things or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. Good. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? Nothing so far. Okay. Yeah. So if anything comes up, I'm absolutely happy to get an email from you. And thank you very much for your time. Thanks for joining this webinar. And as I said, I will follow up via email with the information and also in the intranet. And in a few weeks, there will be also the recording in the intranet. And yeah, thank you all very much. Have a great day and see you next time, hopefully, whenever that is. So have a good day.
Thank you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.